game right here.
Yep.
Getting started.
No doubt both of these players are still very strong. Mr.R have been spending a lot more time in Europe, and I wonder if these two guys have the synergy that I expect to see from two top players that have teamed before as well. But they're going up against Whoophee and Riksto, who have already proven themselves to us on stream.
Yeah. And we'll get another chance to look at Snake in doubles, because the previous game was not the most best example of Snake in doubles. Now we got a character that's very offensive in the way of how he can attack and just keep on hitting the opponent, which gives Snake enough space to actually set his things up like there. Like Snake.
To play Snake in doubles, you must have 110% presence of mind at all times if you're going to commit to C4 setups. If you're going to leave that C4 on the stage, you have to be communicating with your partner, making them aware of where it is or when you plan on detonating it. You just need a little call here, roll away, get away from the center. Anyway, we just saw Whoophee take the first stock of the game right there.
It's still a dangerous situation, but I'm pretty sure players like cyve and Mr.R have definitely communicated what they're going to do, how the C4 especially is going to interact with the opponent, because it's very important, because if you use it ineffectively, you're going to take out your own opponent, but that's not the case here.
Yeah, he managed to use it to great effect right there. Wait, hold on a sec. He definitely took out his opponent with that C4. I got lost in the moment, and I couldn't quite see who went flying there.
Yeah, it was Whoophee who went flying. It was Whoophee who went flying.
Whoophee who got tagged with the C4. Okay, good. Love to see it.
So right now, I was about to say C4 is on the left platform, but not anymore.
There goes a dash attack from Whoophee, keeping cyve in disadvantage on the far left-hand side of the screen.
Yeah, Whoophee is making it very tough here for cyve, because cyve is already at a very dangerous percentage and already lost his first stock. Meanwhile, Mr.R is still being very solid on his first stock, because he's not committing as much, of course, as cyve. He's just staying there on the sidelines, throwing projectiles, because that helps nonetheless here.
Yeah, Snake's a heavy boy. He's able to hold on to those stocks quite effectively, and he's got those grenades, frame 1 grenade spawn. So he's able to just use that grenade. The grenade will explode if he finds himself getting comboed or getting juggled, and that keeps him out of trouble. And now we see Whoophee was underneath Mr.R. Mr.R dropped the C4 right there, but because Whoophee's now been conditioned to not challenge, because he's been killed by that C4 from underneath Mr.R once already.
Very keen of you. But let's see. Oh, Mr.R is still holding on. Actually getting something out of that C4. Like, do you notice that most of the time, like, Mr.R is only throwing the C4 on the platform, because that's the most, that way he gets the most advantage out of it, and it's easier for cyve to just avoid it as well. Like, once again, it's there, right on the right platform, on the ledge there, hoping for whatever setup they're trying to go for.
The blue team just taking 2 stocks in quick succession there, evening this game right up, and this is a 1-stock teams match. May as well have started afresh. Very evenly matched, these two teams.
Snake having a bit of trouble here, trying to land, but not getting allowed here to land.
Oh, that was a really good chase! Really good chase!
Amazing there!
Saw the fact that he was in a 2-on-1, knew he needed to take the stock really quickly, caught his opponent, burn a panic jump just to get away from him so that they could reset the situation. Whoophee said, absolutely not. I do have an up B at my disposal, and he used it in the only moment he could to take a stock that low. Now he's earned this 1 versus 1.
Well, I'm not quite sure. I think the explosive disappears right after Snake is done for. Or does it?
The what disappears, sorry?
The C4.
I can't tell you actually. I can't see the C4 on the stage right now.
Doesn't seem to be a C4 in play anymore. But still, like I said, like they were constantly juggling Mr.R there, and eventually he had no other options left. And well, Whoophee just went for the up B and it worked.
Yeah. But this is technically a 2v1 turnaround. If Whoophee's able to bring this back, and every second cyve plays passively like this, you know what's coming. Whoophee eating some bike parts, building up that meter just a tiny bit, removing time from it.
He doesn't even need the full meter. Like, semi-charged would be enough to take out cyve here.
Well, it's on deck right now, and he burns it super early.
Too bad. That changed so much of this game.
Yeah. Really good, what's the word? what's the word? Mental fortitude from cyve right there to not crumble in the moment of his partner getting red quite hard.
Not giving into these temptations of throwing out these high committal moves. Well, basically just like as Whoophee did. Like Whoophee was like, okay, now is the time. I'm just gonna throw out the whoop, and it's so big it's probably gonna hit him, and it's not the case. And it's not the case at all. Oh.
Lots of players would kill to hold their nerves like that. Oh, they crumble at the end.
I would be, I could say I'm quite envious about that as well.
Yeah.
About just waiting out that long in such a tense situation.
So that's game 1 out the way. What do you think they're going to take? What do you think they're going to counterpick stage 2?
Hard to tell. They already picked the stage, and I couldn't see which one they picked. But
yeah, I was taking a swig at the time.
Smaller stage. I would say smaller stage. Yeah. Okay. There. See. Smaller the stage, the less room Snake has to put up things, and there are no platforms here. Snake can't put C4 on platforms anymore.
Yeah, this is true. Less C4 to worry about. Well, I say less C4, less places to guess where the C4 is when you inevitably forget that he placed it. Well, forget where he placed it. Sorry. Anyway, Whoophee and Riksto doing a bit of a number on cyve over on this right-hand side. Riksto, at that very moment, chooses to give up the 2v1 and just go and keep Mr.R at bay.
True, and Mr.R is having a lot more trouble here, setting up whatever he tries to get out. Like the C4, he eventually just let the C4 go, because there was nothing he could do with it, not in this situation.
Nice chase from Whoophee.
Gets hit by that forward smash as well, surviving barely.
Snake manages to survive his own partner's forward smash. Snake is a heavy boy, and it's why it works out in his advantage when you get trades with all of these grenades. Our blue team trying to set up a little bit of a throw combo right there, but they didn't quite work out for them. But they both take successive stocks anyway.
The blue team is definitely shaping up a lot more compared to the previous game. But of course, these characters are still very explosive. Arsene and explosives. That's a good recipe for losing your stock quite quickly.
Okay, the red team right now sandwiched between members of the blue team. You could choose to regard it like that. Oh, throws the bike right in front of him and uses that bike hitbox to extend his own forward smash.
That's so clever. Like, I'm pretty sure among top level more players are aware of that, but on mid level more players should do that as well because it's so strong. It helps so much.
Yeah, using Wario's own bike against him. Wow, so we just witnessed cyve just go for one of the most raggo of options. Just dash up and up smash in your opponent's face.
He was feeling very confident for that.
Yeah. Again, red team holding center ground. They've lost it now. Mr.R has to just stay in shield in the middle of a bit of confusion there. He doesn't really want to drop that, doesn't want to get hit by Inkling or Wario and be sent into a nasty disadvantage when he's at that kind of percent. He's holding on to this stock for dear life.
And I saw a nice little interaction from Riksto. Riksto picked up the bike, threw it off stage because if it was there and one of them would find it in a situation...
there we go,
I completely lost my train of thought.
We saw it's in that very moment that you were saying something that you saw Whoophee jump straight back onto stage and get a back air onto Riksto. No, sorry, not Riksto. cyve.
And something I noticed now is that everyone is making use here of Wario's bike. Like Riksto was throwing it up, so was Mr.R, and actually getting something out of it. It just goes by so fast.
One thing we haven't mentioned in this game until this point, which is a bit of a shame, is Arsene. Arsene is a factor in doubles. If you imagine being Sheik Speed Ganon, and you are in doubles, if you throw your opponent into like Arsene, they're in a really nasty situation. Oh my goodness, this is horrific.
This is a very strong edge guard. What is he gonna do?
What do you do? Oh my goodness! I feel like they're trolling a little bit right now.
They're having a lot of fun. But these are the things I talked about earlier. These are the only things you can do in doubles. Oh man, what are you gonna do against that?
cyve and Mr.R having a great time. They're playing a two-player game right now.
Yeah, but like these kind of interaction, it makes doubles so much worth it. Like there's so many crazy things you can do, and this is one of them. This is one guy is just constantly throwing up projectiles that get back down, cover. Well, basically a lot of jump, normal get up attack, and then there's another guy holding the bike, just juggling the bike up. What are you gonna do about that?
Shout out to tower defense games. That's what that looked like.
You could call it that, yeah. Just tower defense.
I'm the user. I set it up on my phone screen, just like drag a turret here, and no one's getting through that front line. It was like level 1 of a tower defense game.
Now I get it.
Yeah, no one's getting through that line. But those two are going